what is going on, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about the Heartbreaker set and why this set is still very powerful even after the nerf. I want to say before this little adjustment they did to the set, whether you want to call it a nerf adjustment, whatever you want to call it, it was super powerful. And now I want to say you pull it down a little bit, but it's still very powerful and still competes with the best sets in the game. The reason why is because the way the talents work, and if you make a few adjustments, as you'll see in this build, you'll be able to perform just as well, because all the gameplay you're seeing now is with this new set after they did do the small nerf to the Kingbreaker, and it's still destroying hunters, still destroying enemies, and the survivability is still there. And the reason why is because the way the 4-piece set works. Now, the way the new 4-piece works, it is additive versus multiplicative, and that's why if you're running something like 1.5 million armor, 1.7 million armor with this build, and you used to hit really hard, and now you're like, what? I hardly hit hard at all. It's because you need to stack more weapon damage. So what I did is I went from 1.5 to 1.7 down to 1.1 million. And even at 1.1 million armor, I have a ton of survivability because of the way the talent works. So the talent is going to give me an additional 1.1 million armor because I am running the chest piece. So you see the 2-piece gives you that 15% assault rifle damage, 15% LMG damage, 3-piece 15% weapon handling, and the 4-piece is hard stopper. Now the way it works is weapon hits on pulsed enemies adds a stack of 1% bonus armor and 1% damage to pulsed enemies for a max stack of 50. So that's 50%. But when you run the chest piece, it's 100%. So I have 1.1 million armor, so I will have 2.2 million armor at full stack, which is a ton of armor. You don't need much more armor than that. And you're going to be shredding with this build because of the amount of damage you're still putting out because you're stacking more into weapon damage. So for the chest piece, I am running weapon damage, critical hit damage, and critical hit chance. For the holsters, my second piece of Heartbreaker, I'm running armor, critical hit chance. For the knee pads, I'm running weapon damage, critical hit chance, and you can see I re-rolled this weapon damage on there. It used to be armor, so I got more weapon damage. The gloves, I have weapon damage, critical hit damage. And then for the mask, we're running the Fender's mask that gives us that 10% assault rifle damage. So we have weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, crit chance mod. And then the backpack, Memento backpack, weapon damage, armor, skill tier. We have critical hit damage. And then obviously kill confirm is going to give us 30% weapon damage at max stack, 30% skill efficiency, and 3% armor regen. Anytime I pick up a trophy, remember I'm going to gain 25% additional weapon damage. That my weapon, because it has amplified, it amplifies all weapon damage, it's going to buff that up. We have 20% bonus armor, and then we have 5% skill efficiency. So you can see a lot of damage will be coming from this backpack, and let's check out the talent on the weapon. And then for the weapon, we have the Kingbreaker, which has 144,000 damage because of the way I have the build spec'd out, right? We have 650 RPM, 50 round mag. We have assault rifle damage, health damage, damage to targets out of cover, and then we have that perfect flatline, amplifies weapon damage by 20% to pulse enemies. So it's going to amplify my weapon damage of 144,000, and that's why it's so good. And then you pair that up with the backpack talent, the Memento. Every time I pick up one of those trophies, my weapon damage is going to go up right on my Kingbreaker, and then I'm going to be amplifying that. So a lot of damage you get out of this build. The way I have it spec'd out is I do have crit chance on the scope, 20 round mag, link laser pointer, and then the 5% critical hit chance muzzle on there. I pair that up with the ACS 12, and it also has flatline, shotgun damage, damage to armor, damage to targets out of cover. I use it to build a stack only. As soon as I'm done with that, I swap it over. Sometimes it has enough damage just to melt those hunters, and that's what's pretty crazy about it. And it's sitting at 363,000 damage. So that right there has the link laser pointer on it too. We have the Kingbreaker, so I don't have to hit those headshots. If I hit the headshots, it's a bonus, but I don't have to hit them. I can still build that stack. If we go to our stats, 49% crit chance, 91% crit damage, 75% headshot damage, 20% health damage, and then obviously 10% damage to targets out of cover. You add that all up, and that's why we are hitting very hard on this build. And that's why I say, you just got to tweak the build a little bit, play with it a little bit, and you will see the difference. I know it's not like it was before where we could have 1.5 million, 1.7 million armor and still do the same amount of damage. But at 1.1 million armor, I'm telling you, when you have a full stack of that armor, that's 2.2 million armor I have on this build. Where else are you going to have that much armor and still have this much DPS? It's still going to be, this build is still going to be in the top tier of builds in the Division 2, and it's still an amazingly fun build to run. I've been running in a countdown after the nerf that they did, and it's still a blast. All I did is I added more weapon damage, took off a little bit more armor, and realized, you know what, I never even really needed that much armor. But yeah, that's it, guys. That is the build. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I will see you guys in the next one. But until then, hey, nothing but skills out. Take it easy, everybody.
Great work, Agent. Now you just need to restart the reactor and keep any hostiles from knocking it offline or killing you. No pressure.
Rogue incinerator turret detected. Reactor online.
Nice. The plant's secure. Now let's get you out of there. Move to the extraction point. When you're ready to come home, shoot off a flare.
System malfunctioning.
Get on that helo. You've got hunters incoming.
System reactivated. System curtailed.
When you're ready to come home, shoot off a flare. Agent down! Get out of there!
System back online. System disrupted. System restored.
Torres inbound on your location. Hold tight. She'll get you home. Ready for extraction.